something slightly different. I'm sure this will have lots of my friends reaching for the reaching for the thumbs down button, but bear with me, guys. There's this massive trend at the moment towards low alcohol, no alcohol. So I thought I'd take a little trip to Sainsburys. And I got 6 very nice looking low and no alcohol. The legal classification, I think, goes something like low equals less than 0.5 ABV. No equals less than 0.05 ABV. In practice, as you will see from these, anything below a 0.5% ABV they are calling no alcohol. Am I bothered? Not particularly. But anyway, so there's the Lucky Saint, which is an unfiltered lager. We've got non-alcoholic from Mikkeller, and those who follow my nonsense will know I'm a bit of a fan of Mikkeller, but again, look, I think there's just a lot of leeway being applied to this non-alcoholic. But be interesting to see what this is like. It's supposed to be an American wheat ale. Knowing Mikkeller, it probably will be. And this is this Erdinger, well-known brand, alcohol-free, and it's sold as a refreshing isotonic drink. And again, it uses that same less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. Now, I do like Erdinger. I like some of their wheats and whatever, so be interesting to see what that is. A pale American pale ale, again billed as alcohol free. Now, see that same classification there. We will see exactly what it tastes like. So the Erdinger, I don't think has got pretty much any alcohol. This has 0%. So it looks beery, it looks lagery. It's sold as a light and refreshing IPA style lager, so it will be IPA style citrusy lager. And then finally, as they say, Big Drop Brewing, like Big Drop Brewing, again same classification, a galactic milk stout, which they're calling alcohol free. Now here's the thing, I'm just going to go through the prices of these. So we've got the Erdinger, £1.25 for that huge bottle. Whoa, don't slide off. All of the others are pretty much the same as you'd pay for a small can of beer with alcohol. A lot of people kind of say, well, isn't that a bit of a rip-off? You're buying a soft drink. I've been kind of like thinking about this a little bit, and it takes the same amount of work, really, in fact sometimes more, to produce something nice and beerish but with very, very low alcohol. Recently on BeerX, which is the SIBA, Society of Independent Brewers, 3-day thing, there's a link online if you search for BeerX SIBA. I had a brief discussion about low alcohol, no alcohol, but better than that recently was the Institute of Brewing and Distilling or Brilling and Disbrewing. Institute of Brewing and Distilling, yes, had an online webinar with people from Lallemand all about low and no low, no alcohol brewing. Well worth following. It is a very buoyant and developing market, so it will be interesting to see what I think of these. First up, an American Pale. Alcohol free, well, 0.5, done that, talked about that. American Pale, and it's only got 36 calories. Yeah, like I care. It doesn't look too bad. It's got the offerings of a bit of head, it's got a beautiful colour, and it's got a beautiful clarity. What's it smell like? It doesn't smell of an American Pale. What does it taste like? It doesn't really taste of an American Pale either. It doesn't taste bad, don't get me wrong. I'm not sure what it tastes of. It's mildly hoppy, very malty. I don't know, it's not one thing or another. It's definitely fresh as whatever, but yeah, I'd like to get behind that, but unfortunately that's not something. If I was designated driver, let's give it another go. I don't want to be unfair. It's not horrible, but it's not right nice either. Judging by that, this should be a belter. Completely zero, so not 0.5 or 0.05. It's got a citrus edge, and it is down as a light, refreshing IPA style lager. An IPA style lager. There's a little shot of the of its back end, rear of its rear. Let's get it in a glass and have a look. Well, it's got a head. It smells. It doesn't smell like beer, but it smells strange. It smells quite sweet, maybe sort of I haven't trained my nose properly to give you the thing. Maybe gooseberries, some sort of berry. It doesn't smell unpleasant. It doesn't smell like lager or IPA, but it doesn't smell unpleasant at all. All right, let's give it a taste. Well, look, that's not a lager, and it's not an IPA. No, sorry, I was thinking about taking a snapshot then, but then thought I'm doing a video, so that will look stupid. It's not as if I've been drinking lots of alcohol today. It's the 9th of April. Anyone who watches this or looks back in history to see what's happened on the 9th of April, I'm drinking a lot of low alcohol, no alcohol, because Charlotte doesn't want my flag to be at half-mast tonight. Yeah. It's quite dry. It's nice enough. It's not a lager. But here's the thing, as an alternative, as a night out alternative, if I was a driver, not that I drive at night, fucking hell, I'm bad enough during the day, but I'd prefer this over this. But it's not a beer. That's the thing that I think, for me, is that's the sort of, I want something, if I'm going to have something that claims to be a 0 alcohol beer, and especially if it gets the beer award, I want it to taste like beer. And this doesn't, but I would drink it. Is that alright? Hoping this is going to be better. This is from Miguela, and it is one of my favourite sources for low and no. They do a really, really good, very low 0.5 alcohol sour. So let's see where we go with this American wheaty ale. Right, I had to stand it on a little thing to take the photo, but anyway, it looks all right, and it's got some head, but it's got, again, it's got a different sort of smell to it. I don't know usually when we smell beer how much of that is smelling the alcohol in the beer, but I'm sure it's not massive. This smells sort of soft and sweet. Very, very malty. It's got some carbonation and the colour's alright. Let's see what it tastes like. Actually, do you know, that's the most beer-like so far. It's a bit dull, but it's not undrinkable at all. Not by any stretch of the imagination. The bit where it's lacking, I think, is in that kind of bitterness. But actually, I don't know. It's got a little bit of a bitter aftertaste. It ain't bad. It's quite smooth. It's sort of like on the drier side afterwards. What we got? Let's try again on nose. No, I don't know, you see. If I was asked to smell that, I wouldn't say it was a beer. It's not. Oh. It's a little bit fruity, but not. It's not, you know, like with some wheat beers, you expect it to be massively fruity. With others, you expect it to be sort of like kind of more, well, I don't know, sort of farmhousey. But that's all right. It's drinkable. It's definitely drinkable. Actually, I'm going to give that a thumbs up. I do think that is a viable low or no alcohol drink. Yeah, thumbs up, Mikala. Back at the bench with an Erdinger alcohol free. Now here's what I really like about this, is that they don't call it a beer, they just call it a refreshing isotonic drink. Erdinger, really well known for in a good way, for some absolutely stonking beers, but this, they're just calling it a refreshing isotonic drink. Let's get it in a glass and see what I think. That rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Now that smells every bit like a really, really good beer. Whoa, and look at that head. This is but it's not saying it's a beer, it's just saying it's a refreshing isotonic drink. Good for you. Let's see what it tastes like though. That is superb. I don't know what to say. That is every bit what I would want to find from an alcohol-free beer. Crumbs. It's hoppy, quite malty. It's got some sweetness in there. It's got some bitterness in there. It's got quite a dry finish. Bloody hell. It smells a bit like an old English style bitter. Oh. Crikey. Right. Very, very big thumbs up. I'm stunned in a very, very nice way. Top marks. I'm going to be a bit of a bore with this, aren't I? But crumbs, that's outstanding. This claims to have a superb heritage, and it also claims to be, well, you know, just an alcohol-free lager. I'll be the judge of that, Mr. Lucky Saint. Get it in a glass, Martin, and stop talking bollocks. Well, it looks okay, and it's got some head, and it smells vaguely lagerish. Oh, promising. It's very dry. Quite hoppy, quite fresh, quite clean. Do you know that if you were just served that, you wouldn't necessarily know that it's alcohol free, or technically speaking, low alcohol. Alright, I happily stand corrected. I was a little bit apprehensive. I don't mind admitting it, but yeah, I think I found something which isn't completely unlike a lager. It's not like a good lager, but it is like a decent lager. Lucky Saint, thumbs up. What a pleasant surprise. Yeah, I like that. Last of the batch from Big Drop Brewing. Now, they've got a pretty good reputation as well. And it's nice to see some of the darker beers represented in the low and no category. This one's also gluten-free, fantastic, and it's got Bramling Cross hops. So I think we need to get that in the glass. I say last of, I actually went back to Sainsburys today and bought 6 more of those because I think it's beautiful. And I also decided I was going to get, now Ghost Ship, it's an alright beer. You know, if you're out and you're not in a pub that does a lot of craft beers and whatever, it might do this, which is alright. That was Ghost Ship, hang on, Sainsburys. Ghost, no, that's not going to show up. Where are we? The Ghost Ship was £1.30. I think that's alright. But I also found this, £1.25. Alcohol free, and again I wasn't impressed with the last one. It was sweet as fuck. But so I'm going to add those to our list at £1.30 and £1.25. This is £1.80, but it's worth it. Can't remember, you'll have to look back to the video I did at the beginning to see how much this one was. No, you won't, because I'll have wrote it on the bottom. £1.50. How organised am I? Anyway, enough chattering on. I'm going to put the I'm going to put the soldering iron away. Shouldn't have left that out. I'm going to get that in the glass and then I'll be right back. That looks the business. I'll put the little, hang on, I can move that. I'll put that there just to make the photo more interesting, because that doesn't make for half as interesting. Shut up and get on with the tasting and stuff. Right. Head didn't last long, just like most of my girlfriends. Oh, on the nose. That does smell like a stout. It's got chocolatey, licoricey, slightly burnt. That's lovely. Cool. That's a lovely smell. One day we will have smell-o-vision as well, and I'll go like that. I'll go, they are. Deep breath. Right, but we haven't got that at the moment, so you have to take my word for it. Right, get a gob for this then. Alright, I'm surprised by that. That is a beautiful. It's another one of those you'd have to just double check. But if I was served that in a bar or in a whatever, restaurant, pub, someone's house, I would not necessarily know that that was alcohol free. That is a quality alcohol free. Very dry, quite bitter. It's lighter obviously than a stout. It's not got that heaviness of a stout, but it's definitely got the flavour of a stout. That, full marks, Big Drop Brewing. That is a very, very pleasant surprise. And at £1.50, I think that's good value. Yes, that's a thumbs up from me. Come back in a bit and we'll try the Ghost Ship and the Pilsner Zero. But for now, yes, that works. Top marks, I'd forgotten. I already tried that 14 months ago, apparently, February. February 2020. It's now April 2021. I'm not going to do this at the moment because I've done that one. So I think I'm going to give the 0.5% Ghost Ship from Adnams a try. Now this is it's a 500ml. I like that in a beer. You know, I don't like the idea that you should purely offer sort of 440s and 330s just because you can. Let's get it in a better glass. Well, not better, obviously, because that's a Cloudwater glass, but a bigger glass. Well, it looks the business, doesn't it? It's kept a little head. It's quite nice and clear. I haven't really checked out what Adnams say about it, apart from, well, it's just 0.5%. Gives you some of the ingredients, but that's about it. I think they're resting on their laurels, aren't they? Okay. Who'd have guessed it's got citra hops in it? Citrus pale, bold citrus flavour from citra hops. Yep. Citrus not at all overrated. I mean, it's so rare to find citra in any beers these days. And sadly, it's not really on the nose of that. Ghost Ships are nice. It's not what I'd call a craft beer. It's one of these. It's a commercially adapted beer to kind of like fill that gap. As I said, you're in a pub that doesn't really do craft beers. They might do this, so. It doesn't offer a huge amount on the nose at all. Right, go for the gob. It's not offensive. It's not brilliant. It's not really Ghost Ship. It's sort of like Ghost Ship, but without the ghosts or the ship. Getting a little bit of those citra hops actually on the burp. It's quite dry, but actually it's all right. How much did I say that was? £1.30. Ghost Ship, £1.30 from Sainsburys. Do you know, I think that's all right then. It's not unlike beer. I'm kind of like warming to it. Let's have a. It's not Ghost Ship, but it's not undrinkable. I would drink, if I was a designated driver, I'd drink that all night. Obviously, you know, if there weren't sort of other things that are better than it. But if that was all that was available, I wouldn't be disappointed. So, Adnams, gotta say, yeah, that full marks. It's not a bad attempt at an alcohol-free beer. I think that's fine. Cheers. It's strange, you know, because you make these, or I make these, I'm using the Royal We, I make these videos over a number of days, and rather strangely a whole load of things kind of like happen in between making these videos. So this is the final one now, added on to the original ones. So I'm hoping, and I'm putting it in a San Miguel glass. I don't know, might be tempting fate there. I do like San Miguel. I know a lot of the craft beery people would probably want to sort of want to extricate me from all civilization for saying so, but let's see what this Pilsner's like. That's a good start. I do like some nice head. Obviously this style of glass does help contribute to a retaining of the head. It keeps it longer in that sort of kind of, yeah, anyway, let's give it a sniff and then try and get down to beer. Well, it does actually smell beer like. That's a good start. Joe, that is not a million miles off being a bloody reasonable Pilsner. That is very right. Here's the thing, if you can see that, this is Sainsburys' own brand. Sainsburys' own brand 0 alcohol Pilsner is one of the best so far. And it's only I think it's £1.25, might be £1.30, but gosh, I'm yeah, I really don't know what to say apart from crumbs. Now here's the thing, hopefully this video going through these various different brews will inspire you to try some, and I think it's probably good to have a couple of days a week of not really caning it on the sort of stuff I've been drinking quite a lot of recently. I did the I've just done loads of beer clubs, and I did the Siren 8th birthday box, which would have been 50 quid for 10 beers and some snacks. I've ordered some more of the snacks, by the way. So I've been doing a lot of real good quality and sometimes really strong heavyweight beers. I like the idea that the whole market in low alcohol, no alcohol is developing so quickly that it's possible to go out and drink 6 pints and be able to drive home without worrying about killing someone else, killing yourself, getting stopped in a ban. It's also good just to be able to sit at home if I've got thinking or stuff to do, or just if I'm thirsty. I'm not a great daytime drinker, but stuff like this, yes, I'd be alright with this. So at the moment, Sainsburys, bloody hell, how dare you? Well, that I think just about wraps it up. I hope you try some of these. If you do, let me know what you think, and I'll be back soon with some real beers with alcohol. But you know, I'm still going to class these, especially this one. This and the Lucky Saint, I think, are the two outstanding no alcohol beers of this entire trial. So yes, big it up, Sainsburys. What can I say? Just Sainsburys, well done. Fucking supermarket beer, 500 millilitres for £1.25, £1.30. Right, go out, try it. Let me know what you think below. If you like this rubbish, please do feel free to subscribe to the channel. Be lovely having you. If you click the little thumbs up, it tells YouTube's algorithm that it might be worth recommending all this nonsense what I does publish to other people. Until next time, whatever you're doing, do it safely, and cheers.